for me, the transition between the military and the music, when people ask me, they say, how did you transition, from the music to the military? And I say, I'm working on it. I'm still working on it.
Hey friends, it's your girl Emily Curl. We're here at iHeartRadio hanging out today with country music superstar Craig Morgan. Can we give it up for Craig? Woo. Craig, it's good to see you. You're back here in New York. When was the last time you were back in the city? Has it been a while?
Yeah, I've been in the city since the pandemic. I did a Good Morning America appearance and Fox and Friends appearance. God, it's so nice. Like this morning, I got up and ran through the city, and it was really nice.
Is there anything that you have to do when you visit the city? Any place you have to eat? Anything you have to see?
Street food.
The dollar pizza is always still the best in my opinion. Yeah,
it's the best. And my sister's actually in visiting the city, ironically enough, and so I ran into her, and she's like, "I've never seen so many of these little street cart things." She's never been to New York City. I'm like, it is the best. She's like, I don't know if I want to eat that. I'm like, are you kidding?
No,
that's the best pizza in the world right there.
It is. You got to get a street hot dog. You got to get all of it.
Got to do it.
Well, we're glad to have you back, Greg. And we're talking some music, God, Family, and Country Deluxe Edition. Tell us a little bit about why you wanted to release some new songs and release this album, the deluxe version.
We put that album, the original God, Family album, out during the pandemic. At a time when no one could leave their homes to go buy the records, so we downloaded a lot. But in the process of creating new music, we thought it would be good to reintroduce that album back to everybody, as well as some of the new music. And I feel like this new music is even better than what I did then and what I've ever done, maybe.
Really? Because you have some hits. You have some songs people love. This is your favorite batch of new music you're releasing?
I'm not kidding. It really is.
What do you think it is?
We'll all say that. I mean, seriously,
You're
think
growing
about
in a
this.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, like if it don't get better, you're not improving or you suck. It's got to get better, and I really believe it's better. For one, the songs. I feel like I'm writing better, and I know that I'm singing better than I ever have. My voice is stronger.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I've had 16 months off for one.
Yeah, so you're like, I can rest and
So we had a lot of time off during the pandemic, and coming back to work, there's a lot of different energy. Not having worked for so long, it was a new excitement again. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you guys still want to talk to me. I've been doing this so long. So to have this new music, again, singing better, and I feel like I'm writing better. And Phil O'Donnell and I produced this, and we have produced the majority of all my hits together. And so I feel like we brought that old magic back into the studio, and just created some of the best stuff. And I feel like it's very fluent with everything that's going on in our music in the country format right now. As a guy who's been doing this for a while, it's difficult to maintain that sense of who I am and still grow in a way that I can still fit in and still be relevant in our industry.
Yeah, I mean, and you're also releasing this album on Veterans Day, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Why was it important for you to do that?
I didn't even think about it, if you want the honest truth. It was the label, and they're like, this makes a lot of sense. And looking back, I'm grateful that they were thinking about all of these things, because it is. And it also, that day will culminate. It's the final show on my God, Family, Country tour. And we're doing it at the Ryman Auditorium, which is the home of the original home of the Grand Ole Opry, of which I'm a member. So there's a lot of synchronicity and a lot of really cool things that are happening on that day that make it very special.
Yeah, I mean, and you spent 17 years serving our country, which thank you so much for your service. And you talk a lot about this in your memoir that's titled the same thing, God, Family, and Country, that's coming out soon. Tell us a little bit more about this project and the other sides of Craig that we're going to get to see in this memoir.
Well, it is, in fact, a memoir, and as you alluded to, it talks about my military. I mean, you think about 17 years there and 20 years here. I've spent half of my professional life in one of those two occupations. So there's a whole lot of my life was either in the military or in the music. And for me, the transition between the military and the music, when people ask me, they say, how did you transition, from the music to the military? And I say, I'm working on it. I'm still working on it. Because I spent that entire portion of my life in my profession, in an occupation where if someone knew where I was and what I was doing, I had failed at what I was doing.
Oh,
and now I'm in an occupation where if they don't know where I am and what I'm doing, I'm failing at what I'm doing. So I went from one extreme to the other. So it is a bit of a weird balance to try to figure out how I be the person that I am in this industry and still maintain that sense of, I don't know.
Was there anything that you learned like in your military career that really helped you when it came to being a country music artist, country music musician?
I'm a stickler on time.
Okay. I'm a little bad at the call sheets myself, but so you are always on time or you're always
Like,
early?
Absolutely. I have a stage clock. If my time is supposed to go.
Oh, so you know if you have a 20-minute set or if you have a however long set?
If they tell me you're playing between 75 and 90, I'll say, do you want me to closer to 75 or closer to 90, or where do you want me? I just always want to try to be on time and do what's expected.
Yeah.
And I learned some of those things early on in my career the hard way, like there's unions and stuff. And if you're supposed to go off at this time and you don't go off, we're paying a lot of money. I've had to spend some money, so. But I just want to deliver what people are expecting.
Yeah.
But I think that and the fact that having experienced what I experienced in the military, I have so much gratitude. I'm so grateful to be doing this, and I'm one of the guys that's still current and still working, whose career was truly established thanks to country radio.
Wow.
I mean, when I first started this, we didn't have TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and those things and Twitter, you know.
What was the first song of yours you heard on the radio?
My very first song was a song called "Something to Write Home About."
Oh, and that's
Yes.
the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
First time I heard myself on the radio back in 2000.
Oh my God. Do you remember where you were? Like, can you remember that moment?
Oh yeah, I was actually at home in Dixon, Tennessee, and it came on a local AM station. The only reason I got to hear myself is because they told me they were going to be playing.
Craig, tune in.
But I can remember being out on the road in 2000 when we were doing radio visits. You know, we were literally going from radio station to radio station to radio station. I did that for 11 months. We were talking about this today, I didn't do a show that was booked by a promoter until about my 12th month.
Really?
Because all I was doing was visiting radio and playing radio shows and those kind of things. And I absolutely loved it. I'm very fortunate, again, because I got to do that. And a lot of artists that are coming in today, they don't do as much of that, especially after what happened with the pandemic.
Oh, it's wild. Yeah, some people we meet that have blown up on TikTok, or they'll come in, it's their first interview, or it's their first time performing, so it's a whole different world.
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate. I got to do all that early on, and now we've transitioned into the utilization of all the social media platforms in conjunction with country radio. So
yeah,
it's a blessing.
And then you're about to go on tour this fall, which is exciting, with Ray Fulcher, which we love Ray.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about gearing up for that tour, and for you having so many hits. What is like the most fun still to play on stage?
You know, it kind of depends on the crowd of where we're at. Like if I'm in the Midwest, there's no question International Harvester is the big hit.
I'm son of a third generation.
They, out there, they swear by that. They live by it.
That is
Some people are buried by it.
I'm not a farmer, but that song gets me fired up.
Yes. And then if we're in the Southeast, Redneck Yacht Club seems to be a big winner. And then that's what I love about Sundays, like almost a go-to no matter where we're at. Ironically enough, it's a little weird on the West Coast. It's weird to go to the West Coast for me because you think California, and I get out there and Almost Home, one of my early hits, is a huge hit out there, and so you just never know. And my favorite song to do every night is their favorite song.
So you're like, if y'all are screaming back,
that's my favorite. Yeah.
It's so funny because I went to Georgia, University of Georgia, so did Ray. Dogs are number one right now. I don't know if you're a big football fan. Are you a Tennessee fan, a Georgia fan? Do you and Ray ever talk about that?
I'm a Tennessee fan, and he's on my bus, so he's going to become a Tennessee fan for a little while.
Oh, shoot, Ray. Oh, we have it back here.
Oh, yeah.
Go Dogs, Ray. I'm with you.
Ray will be wearing a UT orange shirt before the tour is over.
Oh, we'll see about that. I need to see photos from that. That's so exciting. Craig, we're so excited for you for this tour. So the tour kicks off when? This fall?
Like next month. Yeah. Yeah, this is fall, yeah.
Oh, right.
We're almost
September.
there, aren't we?
You're right.
I don't know if we are or not. I've been running so hard. But
so we have deluxe album, memoirs out, tour this fall. Oh, and you're also on a reality show.
Yeah, we just did that Beyond the Edge show. A lot of fun.
Tell us about that.
It was a survival show. Lived in the jungle in Panama with a bunch of other celebrities.
How did you do? Did you do well? Can you tell us anything about it?
Yeah, I can tell you I did real well. I was in the final. This show was not like a lot of other shows where you're competing against each other and trying to pit each other and get rid of people. This show was really about trying to keep each other there. So every day it was a different team.
So you're kind of, Oh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. Every day you competed against each other with
So what do you
different
win?
teams.
What's the goal?
The money was to raise money for our charities.
Wow.
So no matter
different
who
spin on
won,
reality. Okay.
everybody was a winner. And at the end, ultimately, I think we raised about $100,000 for Operation Finally Home.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then what is that? What is Operation Finally Home?
It's an organization that builds home for veterans and/or their families that are in need. It's just an amazing organization. They've done a phenomenal job of doing this. And I've been real humbled and honored and proud to be a part of that organization.
Oh, that's awesome, Craig. So you have been busy, to say the least. A lot happening.
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited for you. Thank you so much, as
Thank
always,
you.
for taking the time, coming to talk to us here at iHeartRadio. Can we give it up one more time for Craig Morgan?